One of the biggest surprises of all for Leaf fans. I had to strictly say Leaf fans because I think Bruin fans are going through it right now with losing Brad Marchand to the Panthers. And Brandon Carlo being a Toronto Maple Leaf. I mean, I did not see this one coming one bit. And I don't know if everything is kind of trickled down as like fully, this is 100% what the trade is, but we pretty much know what it is. And I'm going to bring up Frank Saravelli because he had a nice little breakdown about it here. Okay, so where is it? There it is there. So Brandon Carlo becomes a Toronto Maple Leaf. The Bruins get the Leafs 2026 first round pick and one of the Leafs' top prospects, Fraser Mitten. And also the Pittsburgh Penguins, shout out Kyle Dubas, getting his sweet boy Connor Timmins back on the team. And Connor Dewar goes there as well because the Leafs had to shed some salary. All right, so let's break down what the hell this means for everybody. I mean, the Pens, I don't know, you take you on a couple contracts. That's about it. You know? And Connor Dewar, I'm not going to watch him try and, I don't know, shovel a freaking, an oar on the ice instead of a hockey stick. Dude couldn't score a goal for his life. I don't think he had one this year. So, there's that. And Connor Timmins got a little offensive punch. Scares the hell out of you when he's on the ice, the defenseman, which is what he plays. So, fine with this. It all came at us pretty quickly. We hear the trade. Brandon Carlo, gone. And you saw Connor Timmins leave the ice at practice. We're like, holy crap, this is all happening at once. I think it happened the other way around. But regardless, it all happens. Now, what do the Leafs get in Brandon Carlo? Okay. So I'm a Leaf fan through and through. I'm not going to sit here and say that Brandon Carlo is, prime Cale Makar or anything like that. Obviously not. But what Brandon Carlo is going to bring to the Toronto Maple Leafs is something they've never had before. And what is that? Stabilizing presence beside Riley for more than one freaking year. We've seen the Ron Hainsey's. We've seen the Ilya Lyubushkins twice. We've seen, obviously, Luke Schenn, where it really worked. And once, like I mentioned in the last video, or I guess the last game, Luke Schenn getting traded to Pittsburgh, you're damn sure he wasn't coming to the Leafs. Then he got a second-round pick for him. Like, that's crazy talk. I think the Leafs, didn't they trade like a third for? I can't remember what that trade was a couple of years back. But you finally have a guy who can play beside Riley. He's 6'5". He's only 28 years of age. 6'5", 220. Big fella. However, being a big fella doesn't mean he's going to throw the body around like a mutant. Remember when Luke Schenn was traded here? He had like 200 and something hits. He has 64. So again, not going to throw the body around like crazy. But you know who else doesn't throw the body around like crazy? Is Chris Tanev. Now I'm not comparing the two because we all got our sweet boy, our prince, Chris Tanev, has 11 hits this year. He doesn't do it. Okay? He's just got 151 block shots, which is just absolutely absurd to begin with. And Brandon Carlo, who, let me try and pull him up really quick here, has 119 block shots. Again, a very sound defender. Has had a rough year with the Boston Bruins, albeit still a +2 on that team, so take that for what it is, but only 9 points in 63 games, 1 goal. He'll play 20 minutes a night. He was averaging just under 19 with the Bruins this year. And also, the biggest thing of all, he's making 4.1, but the Bruins retained 15% of that. You guys can do the math. It's under $4 million. And it's not a rental. You have him for this playoff run and 2 more seasons after this one. So it's a big trade. It's a huge trade for the Leafs. Also, you look at the Leafs D-core now. Let's just slot Carlo next to Riley, shall we? Riley Carlo. Okay. McCabe Tanev, yes please. And OEL, this is where I love this trade, because now it pushes guys into their right slot. Last few videos I've talked about OEL and Riley. Can we stop this thing? Well, this trade signifies it's done. Because now OEL can go back to playing the third pairing as he did on Florida last year and excelled at it. He doesn't have to play top 4 time. He doesn't have to try and lift Morgan Riley. No, play in the bottom 6. With Philip Myers or Simone Benoit. Or hell, even Brandon Carlo if things work out that way. And also, and I say that a lot in this video because there's a lot of different parts to this. Your D-core, with the cap going up, is locked in. Riley at 7.5, your highest paid. Carlo for, let's say, 2.5 years. Chris Tanev, long-term. You just re-signed Jake McCabe, long-term. You gave OEL, was it a 4-year deal in the offseason? 5-year, 6 everyday D-man are locked up. You don't have to worry about that moving forward. You have goaltenders. Joe Woll signed for 3 years after this one coming up. Sure, you have Stolarz only for next year, but he's an older guy. So again, the Leafs are in good shape right now. And I really like this deal. Do I think it's a slam dunk Leafs win it? No, obviously not. But I think it really benefits. It's what they needed to do. Let's be honest. They needed to do this, and they got it done. I don't have to watch Connor Timmins throw grenades all over the place on the ice. I don't have to watch Connor Dewar beat things into a square and do nothing with the puck anymore. Like, thank you. I'm good with that. Now, for Bruin fans, coming back, and obviously Brandon Carlo hasn't been having a great year. Again, this is funny actually. He was on, I think, TSN, basically right after he was traded. Definitely a shocker when I heard it was Toronto. What an opportunity for me to go in there and try and help this group win. It shocked me for many reasons. One, Brandon Carlo, I thought he was a pretty good player in the playoffs. Like, it was frustrating playing against him, all that stuff. It's the Bruins and the Leafs making a deal of this magnitude. It's nuts. And as a Leaf fan, where does your mind go? How Fraser Mitten is going to bury a big goal against the Leafs down the road. You just see it coming, right? But let me tell Bruin fans, what'd you get in Fraser Mitten? Okay, so you got a guy who's not going to hurt you. He's not going to overexert himself offensively and cause horrific turnovers all over the ice. That's not his game. But he's also a guy who's not going to score 30 goals. Right? We saw him, this past season. You look at him in the World Juniors. In junior itself, he's never been a guy that's going to put up 120 points in junior. He's not going to be he actually was the captain of the Canadian World Junior team that didn't medal and didn't do very much. He's a sound player, a good young defensive player. Can he mold into an offensive player? It's quite possible. Right? And he's still a very young player. 20 years of age now? Yeah, 20 years old. Had 4 points in 15 games with the Leafs. Fine player. Don't know what he's going to be down the road. And for the Leafs, you needed to make this move, and you did it. You got Carlo for under $4 million for the next 2.5 years, and you got freaking Scott Laughton for $1.5 million for this and next year. They did a job. Now, they have no draft picks moving forward, so there's that. But as of right now, did the Leafs get better? Absolutely. Did the Panthers and Lightning get better? Absolutely. And Bruin fans, Florida getting Brad Marchand is nuts. You're telling me, because you damn well know Matthew Tkachuk will be ready for Game 1 of the playoffs. Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, and Brad Marchand on the same team? Talk about a nightmare for opposing teams, which makes the Leafs finding a way to win the division that much more important. Why do I say that? Because if you win the division, nothing against these teams, but you'd play in Detroit, or you'd play in Ottawa, or Columbus, or whomever. If you come second or third in the division, you will have to play the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have now loaded up, or these damn Florida Panthers in round 1. What would you prefer? It just incentivizes that the top seed in the Atlantic Division is very, very important. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the trade for the Leafs, and if you're a Bruins fan and like the trade for the Bruins, hit all that like stuff. What? Hit that like button down below, the subscribe button. You guys not done so already, comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the trade. Let me know all your thoughts down below. I want to hear it all. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below as well. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Oh, yeah, we got a 5th round pack back for Pittsburgh and that stupid trade in that part of the trade. Who cares? Let me know all your thoughts down below, guys. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all those stuff is down below. And I will talk to you guys Jay's Edition Sunday, recapping this week's games. Raptors Edition tonight. I don't know. They play the Jazz tonight. We'll see how that one ends up. And for the Leafs, back in action tomorrow, Saturday night in Colorado against the Avalanche at 7 p.m. They loaded up as well. So it's going to be an interesting night at Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the trade, all the trades this afternoon. Mika Rantanen to Dallas, all this nonsense. Gotta love trade deadline in the NHL. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and today overall. Talk to you guys then.